Hey guys, welcome to Adulting for Teens. Today we are going to start a series on doing your laundry because that is a big thing you need to know when you're going away to college and just whenever it's going to be something you do for the rest of your life. And so we're just going to break down today how to read the laundry symbols on your clothes and then how to sort your clothes. So for the first thing I wanted to tell you guys about is Tide actually has this really cool resource on their website, and it's a comprehensive guide for how to do your laundry. You don't have to use Tide necessarily to use this resource. I know other ones, other laundry detergent companies have resources as well. I think I saw one for 7th generation. But this is a good starting off point if you just need a reference for when you're first learning. And so they actually have one that's a resource about the different symbols that might be on your laundry tags. And so we're going to go through that really quick. So let's get started. All right, so I have a pile of laundry here with me, and I'm going to kind of walk through the different stuff. So I don't know if you guys can see that really well, but there's little symbols right there. And then they do have instructions, written out instructions right underneath, but that's not always the case. And so you'll just want to look at that, and then I'm using my little laundry symbol thing from Tide. And using that, I see that it has a triangle with lines through it, and that means to use non-chlorine bleach. And then the next one shows the drying option, and so it says to use only low heat when you're doing it. If you iron it, do it on low heat as well. And then also to not do dry cleaning for it. It also says on this label, like, to not use fabric softener, to machine wash cold on the gentle cycle, and tumble dry low if you need to. And so that's just good to know. And you need to, ideally when you buy a new piece of clothing, you need to look at that before you wash it for the first time, just so you make sure you don't wash it in hot water and it shrinks, or dry it and it shrinks, or if you need to see if you can iron it, if you can do bleach, anything like that. And so that's just a good thing to go through all of your clothes when you buy them and right before you wash them the first time. And I don't know if you guys can hear, my puppy's trying to tear up her bed because she's mad. And so that's just a good thing to know. So I have some shirts here, and the first thing whenever you're wanting to sort it is to sort by color, or you can sort by fabric, or depending on how dirty it is too. Hold on, I need to stop a puppy. Okay, sorry guys. So we're gonna go ahead and sort these, and I may actually show you guys different symbols or talk about different things as we're sorting it. But I actually sort most of mine just by color, so do lights and darks. And I wear a lot of like whites or grays, and so I usually, or I should say I wear a lot of gray, so I usually have a lot of white and grays, so just stuff like that. And all these ones are really easy. I try not to buy any clothes that I have to dry clean because I'm just not going to do that. And a lot of times too, because most of my clothes don't get too dirty, I wash mine usually on cold, or not super hot, just because I don't want to ruin any of my clothes or have any of the color bleed out onto anything else. And so that is my pile, I think, of all my lights. And so this is just all grays, but I could put white in there as well. And then the next thing, oh, and I want to show you guys this one sweater too. It's probably one of my most fickle ones, but this would go on my gray pile. But on the symbols, let me find it. This one actually doesn't have symbols, it just has written instructions, but it says hand wash cold separately, don't bleach, don't tumble dry, you should dry it laying flat, and only use a cool iron if you need it. And so this is one where I don't actually hand wash this one. I tested it the first time and it did okay, and so I just do this with my other ones, but I do make sure to not, if I do dry it all, it's super, like, just a real quick, and then I leave it out to lay flat, just because it's on the smaller end anyway, or just kind of short, and so if I shrink it at all, it's not wearable anymore. So that's just something really good to know. because you don't want to invest in clothes and then ruin them before you even get to wear them because color ran from something else or you shrunk it. So, and then I have another pile, and this one is colors are dark colors, and so this one is a blue shirt. This is one that I usually have to iron because it has like a collar. Not normally the body of it, but usually if they're like the collar sits weird, sometimes I have to do that too. I'm trying to see if I have any symbols to show you guys. So this one says machine wash cold with light colors, tumble dry low. And so, and warm iron if needed. So that's a pretty easy one. We've already done this one. This is just a normal t-shirt, and it's big and kind of one I just wear around the house or at night. And so I'm not too worried about that one. Here's another just kind of random t-shirt. And then a black sweater. I feel like sweaters I always try to be really careful. Machine wash cold, gentle cycle, and wash with light colors. And then let's see. And sometimes you have to do different stuff for a workout top. So I'm going to show you this one real quick. Wash inside out. Some of them do require that, so it's good to know. Light colors, use mild detergent, no softeners. Remove immediately, and do not allow to lay on itself when wet. Very specific. And do not iron. So that's just good to know. Like sometimes workout tops, because they're different materials than a lot of your other clothes, may have a little bit different rules for that. So just so you know that going in. And then I also wanted to let you guys know, probably the things that I find bleed the worst are blue jeans, especially right when you first wear them. And so just be really careful when you're washing your blue jeans for the first time. I don't have problems anymore, but I usually try to be really careful with that. Or only wash your jeans together. If you have enough, I highly recommend that so you can, you're not having to sort through them, but I normally don't have enough for that, so I usually have to just wash them with my colors. Another thing too is I had a jacket, like a black jacket that my puppy got dirty, and I washed it with I think I ended up in the wrong thing with like my white clothes or something, and all my white shirts in that one came with like a little bit of they kind of were almost gray after that because they bled. She found a sock. And so you just need to be really careful, especially with whites, I feel like, because they just take on so much of the other colors. And if they're really dirty clothes that you just wear around the house and they can get kind of messed up, you don't necessarily need to be as worried about that, but you do need to make sure that you're probably washing them on hot and just making sure they get really clean. And so that's all I have for you guys for the first one, just to be really aware of the symbols or the rules for your clothes and how to sort them by colors, fabric types, or by how dirty they are. All right, thanks guys for joining us.